Hello, welcome back to the channel. I've had several folks ask me for a state of the collection video of my watches. And while my collection I feel is nothing special, I do have a few of them, and I am sort of in denial over my addiction and passion for watches. So without further ado, let's get started. My watch collection as of early 2020. It is early January of the year 2020, and yes, I still own Apple Watches. I have an Apple Watch Series 4 stainless, and I also have this Nike Edition Apple Watch, which is also Series 4. These are very controversial because there are some purists who don't think these belong in a watch collection, but I'm a watch lover, and I'm also an Apple fanboy, so give me some Apple Watches. Taking a quick look at my empty display case here. We're hoping to get this thing filled up again. Let's start with my favorite brand ever, and that's Seiko. All right, starting out with one of my favorite watches. This is a dress watch that's not a dress watch. It's a Seiko SRP 715 military field watch. And I tend to dress this one up a bit because it's got a wonderful, beautiful, high polish 43 millimeter stainless steel case, excellent hardlex crystal glass, and a very elegant Seiko strap. It's a black calfskin leather strap. I love this watch. Lovely exhibition glass on the back showing off the movement. The great thing about this one is, again, you can dress this one up, but you can also slap a NATO strap on it and it's down to business. The dial and face are so functional. Great loom and day date function. It does have self-winding as well as hand wind, hacking. A great Seiko watch. This one is definitely on my short list of Seikos because it has so many of the qualities that I love about Seiko all in one package. Moving on, this is my Seiko Samurai. This is the SRP B53J1. It's a Pepsi dial, and the Samurai with that very distinct shape, beautiful detail. One of my favorite features of this one is the dial. It's got that waffle grid blue dial. I'm not sure if you can see it very well. Awesome loom. There's no numbers on the chapters, but it's very elegant. Wonderful coined grooves on the crown and on the bezel. Just very premium, high quality, hardlex crystal. I love this watch. There's your drill through lugs. I do have a NATO strap on this one currently. It did come with a rubber strap, but very easy to change your straps out. And again, that distinct, beautiful design, and of course, the wonderful Seiko wave on the back. This is a diver, 200-meter, awesome Prolex series Seiko Samurai. Very similar in size to my field watch. This one is a 44 millimeter case. Just love the Samurai. Hard to beat them. And of course, we have the legend. This is the Seiko SKX 007 J1. This is the legendary watch that if I had to pick one watch from Seiko, hard to beat these. I've heard they've been discontinued recently, and I'm sure they will be reissued because they are just that good. Classic diver watch. Wonderful hardlex crystal. Famous 43 millimeter face. Beautiful polished pillow-like casing. The crown has been moved over to the 4 o'clock position for protection. It also has a little bit of a shroud around it. Just a timeless, wonderful dive watch that is hard to beat. Moving on to another mainstay brand, we have Casio. Hard to have a watch collection without owning some Casio watches, and starting out with my black resin illuminator. It's the 1200 series. Very lightweight little watch that's awesome. These have been nicknamed the Casio Royale because they sort of liken to a Seiko that James Bond, Roger Moore actor, wore in the movie Moonraker, I believe. So of course you've got to have a Casio Royale if you're a watch collector. Nice illuminator there. You get the dual fire lights underneath firing up. You have 5 alarms on this one, and let's look at the stainless version I've got as well. Same watch with the stainless steel bracelet, and just an awesome nostalgic little watch. These can be gotten for still well under $35, and just a lot of nostalgia around them, but very functional, great watches. Again, 5 alarms, multiple time zones, world time that you can scroll through, and very utilitarian pieces that work great with a 10-year battery life. Hard to beat the Casios. And a couple of other cheapos. These are the Casio Illuminator Sport watches, just W87 series. You can find these at Walgreens, Walmart, Target. Typically would pick one of these up if I'm on vacation and I forgot a watch, or if you're running an errand and you forget a watch, you pick these up for under $25. Run great and last a real long time. Hard to beat Casios. Up next we have the Ultimate Traveler / Adventurer watch. This is the Pathfinder from Casio, and it is a Swiss Army knife of watches. A true ABC watch, has an altimeter, barometer, compass, as well as thermometer with a triple sensor there. 51 millimeter, very large but very light, 2.3 ounces. And I love the blue cloth strap. And it is just an amazing, awesome travel watch. It has 38 time zones built in, several alarms, and of course my favorite Casio feature, tough solar, so it's rechargeable. And what is the state of the collection video without G-Shock? This is the 6900-1, a watch I have reviewed. My favorite features of this watch, of course, are self-charging and self-adjusting. This has the tough solar, so you're recharging the battery, and the atomic multi-band 6 antenna, so it's self-adjusting. It's going to keep accurate time around the planet. Awesome travel adventure watch. I adore this thing. More G-Shock goodness. This is the GD 400-9, and this is a non-solar powered, so it's a battery powered watch. But what I love about it is the aesthetics, just that army green with the black resin, and then the brass colored anti-crush bars. Just a real tough looking watch. Strap is super comfortable, and just really, really love how lightweight and durable this watch is. It's a keeper. Next up, we have more G-Shock. This is the GWM 500 2CR. Noteworthy details on this one is, of course, the blue metallic look with the black acrylic. Love that combo. Very sleek, sporty, modern looking. Of course, my favorite features are this has everything you want in a G-Shock. It's got the multi-band 6, so it's self-adjusting. Of course, tough solar, world times, alarms, great stopwatch features. A good watch for running or for exercising. And again, a very modern look. And you guessed it, another G-Shock. This is actually a G-Steel. This is the GSTS 110. And this is a stainless steel / acrylic G-Shock. Not light. It is heavier because of the steel. It's 3.8 ounces, but love the details here. Very modern, cool craftsmanship. You have the acrylic layered into there with the steel, and a lot of interesting features here. This is a tough solar watch. Does not have self-adjusting though. There's no Bluetooth, no multi-band 6 in this one, but still, it's just a great looker, and love to wear this one in a business casual setting or hell, any other time. Great watch. I have reviewed this one, so I'll put a link to give you a little bit more information on it, but I think it's such a cool watch. I love having the black and stainless combination there. Next up, we have a Victorinox Maverick. This is model 241675. This is a Swiss made in Switzerland watch. And I do love the two-tone here and the details. You get the little Swiss cross on the crown. Love this bracelet. Love the clasp. It does have a diver extension as well. Favorite feature has to be, though, besides the fact that it's a Swiss-made watch, is that beautiful sapphire crystal. It's almost invisible. That said, this is a 100-meter submersible, and just a very interesting timepiece. You're starting to see that I love two-tone watches, and I do love the contrast here with the black rotating bezel with the stainless steel. And I love the red seconds hand there. Great looking watch. Did I mention I love Citizen? This is a Citizen ProMaster BN0151. This is a awesome quartz moved diver watch, rotating bezel. Love the stainless steel with the blue bezel there. And of course I have a blue NATO strap on this one. I have reviewed that one. I'll put a link below. All right, one of my original smartwatches. This is a Timex Data Link. And this was a collaboration between Timex and Microsoft. This is one of the first smartwatches. So yes, I've been a tech nerd forever. These came out in about mid-1994. This have a Microsoft logo there on the face. I do need to put a new battery in this one. But basically, there's a little optical eye at the top there, and it would read barcodes off of your computer and download like your daytimer, your appointment book, phone numbers, contacts, and stuff like that. It was really ahead of its time with that optical eye. Hard to believe it's been over 26 years since that technology. Pretty cool, though. More junk drawer watches. This is an old Armatron. This is probably a mid-90s Christmas gift from somebody in my family. But, you know, I've not thrown it away. Again, some of these watches I've abandoned, stopped putting batteries in quite some time ago, but it's still here. Another Armatron. This one's still running. This was given to me in the mid-90s by my grandfather, so it does have sentimental value. It's funny how just a simple, cheap little watch like this will stay with you forever because of who gave it to you or the stories behind it. Just another amazing quality of having watches in our lives. This is an old Swiss Army watch that was probably given to me on a Christmas, probably when I was a kid. Never really wore it. Been in a junk drawer forever. Not a lot on it, but again, sentimental value because I know it was a gift. Not something I wore that much, but it's got a lot of drawer time, and it's been beaten to death. So, Swiss Army, they last. Another junk drawer watch from my youth, and this is a Citizen Nebula calendar watch. Again, this was a gift probably for a birthday or Christmas. Don't really have a lot of memories around this one. Again, probably never wore it, but it was kept and given back to me by my folks later in life. So I'm keeping it now, and who knows what I'm going to do with it. Maybe, I don't know, pass it down or whatever. But yes, I had watches in the 80s. Back then, I was more interested in digital and more techie watches, but still a very nice gift. Speaking of nice gifts, this is another watch. This was given to me by my folks in the late 80s. This is probably a 1988 Seiko, and very small. This is a 38 millimeter watch, but love the gold face on it, and of course has an awesome Jubilee strap. But the neat feature here is the date. The day is actually up top, and the date is, of course, at the 3 o'clock position. A lot of sentimental value here because it was given to me by my folks. I'm going to keep this one forever. It's scratched to hell, but I don't know. Do you change out the crystal because it's got all that life in it, or do you keep it the way it is? And so far, I haven't really done much to this one. I do have to put another battery in it, though. Here we have a Seiko Premier Perpetual. This is the S&Q 118. Another wonderful gift from my folks, but this was given to me as an adult in the mid-2000s, I think 2010-ish. Love the white dial with the gold stainless case. This is a perpetual calendar, so it will always know the date. And it is a sapphire crystal, so I love how elegant this is. It's got an awesome leather strap and a lot of sentimental value. I love the clasp here. Beautiful watch that's very dressy, but has a lot of meaning and a lot of heartfelt memories. Here's a fossil chronograph. This is a gunmetal stainless steel watch. Another sentimental because it was given to me by my father as a gift. This is probably back in 2014. And it's nothing special, but my parents always knew how much I loved watches. So when they wanted to find me something for Christmas or for a birthday, I guess a watch was a pretty safe bet. And I'm going to have a hard time ever getting rid of this one. My father's gone now, and this is one of the last gifts he ever gave me. So I'm always going to keep this one. All right, here's one you don't see every day. This is a gift that was given to me by my girlfriend back in the early 90s. This is a Calibri pocket watch. And, you know, I guess the weight of my heart is horology. Just give me a watch. Yes, I ended up marrying the girl. So came with a nice little chain with the little pocket knife. Very elegant gold with the black face, has the diamond at the 12 o'clock position. Never used it, but of course it's got sentimental value, and it's a lovely timepiece. I haven't had it running in years, but one of these days I'm going to get around to it. All right, mentioned my dear old granddad earlier. He's gone, and this was his everyday timepiece. It was a Citizen Eco Drive, and this is probably late 90s, and he was so thrilled by the technology that it was basically solar charging, and you can see how it's got worn out from him leaving it in the window trying to charge it up. But just a beautiful gold finished, elegant Citizen, and I always think of him when I see it, and just a beautiful, beautiful little watch. You can see there again, he left it in the sun, the solar panel sort of baking through the face. And lastly, we get to a couple of watches that I never wanted to ever own, and these were my father's. This was my father's Seiko, a day date, probably mid 80s Seiko that he wore every day. And I haven't got it running yet, but I lost my dad back in 2017 and just before Christmas. And it's been a long journey without him. And having something of his is truly special, and he wore the heck out of his watches, and he lived every day to the fullest and touched a lot of lives. He was a great man, great doctor, and helped a lot of people, and taught me a lot about how to be a man and how to be a gentleman, and I miss him every day. This is his Rolex Perpetual, the Oyster Perpetual date just, and it's 36 millimeter. And this was his everyday watch for the last 28 years of his life. And he did everything in it. He did everything. Played golf, of course, worked his ass off. Fishing, gardening, whatever he was doing, he had his watch on, and he lived. And you can see he's got some scratches on here on the crystal and some cracks, and I'll never replace it. But a wonderful keepsake that will always remind me of how wonderful my father was, and it's also how beautiful this passion is of ours. And I'm sure you've got some watches in your collection that are sentimental to you. If not, just give it time, and watches will live on, hopefully long after we're gone, and it's a wonderful hobby, and I'm happy to share it with you. All right, folks, sorry to end on a somber note, but that is the state of my collection, guys, and I really do appreciate you sticking around. I appreciate your support. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share this video. And I'm hoping to get more videos up real soon, so stay tuned for that. And I'll see you next time.